sure your green light is on your mic when you talk tonight.
Yours was on.
I didn't want to say that over here. Good evening and welcome to the June 6th, 2023 Brookings County Planning and Zoning Commission meeting. This meeting is being recorded, televised, and viewable on Swiftel Channel 19, ITC Channel 168, and the Brookings County YouTube channel. I now call this meeting to order. Is there approval of minutes? Motion by Diedrich.
Second.
Second by Paulson. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Items to be added to the agenda by commission members or staff.
Nothing from the staff.
Nope.
Invitations for citizens to schedule time on the commission agenda for an item not listed. Seeing none. Disclosure of conflicts of interest, relationship to an applicant, or ex parte communication. Approval of agenda. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Vanderwall. Second by Jensen. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. I call this meeting to order and would like to welcome those in attendance at tonight's meeting. The Brookings County Planning Commission is a 9-member commission whose function is to recommend approval or disapproval of land use plans, zoning ordinances, subdivision plans, and amendments thereof. The Brookings County Commission. The commission makes its recommendation based upon the adopted comprehensive plan for the physical development of the unincorporated areas of Brookings County. As a matter of policy, all motions are made in the positive. After a motion is moved and seconded, it is open for debate. Those supporting the motion shall in turn give their reasons. Those opposing the motion shall then offer their reasons. After everyone has been given a chance to be heard, the commission shall recommend approval or disapproval based on the testimony and information presented. A simple majority vote of a quorum of members of the Planning and Zoning Board in attendance is required to forward a recommendation. Agenda item 2023, Plat 006, plat of lots 1 and 2, Stein Edition, in the southwest 1/4 of the southeast 1/4 of Section 9, Township 109, Range 52W west of the 5th primary in Brookings, South Dakota. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Who had that? Diedrich?
Second.
Second by Vanderwall. Richard, would you read staff report?
Yes, 2023 Plat 006. Mark and Sharon Stein are subdividing a 53.75 acre parcel into 2 parcels, Lot 1 containing 35 acres and Lot 2 containing 22.9 acres. Lot 1 meets the 35 acre size requirement to build a residence on. And Lot 2 is 22.9 acres. It has a 60 by 80 shed that was built in 2011. The shed is partially finished with the bathroom and small living quarters. The shed as it is does not meet code requirements for fire separation, as the living quarters were added after the fact. If the shed was modified to meet code requirements, it would qualify as a residence. Until then, the shed is not considered a residence, and a new residence cannot be built on Lot 2. Portions of each lot are in the floodplain and will need to meet the floodplain building requirements if any new structures are built, and it does meet the Comprehensive Plan 2016 Comprehensive Plan for the unincorporated areas of the agricultural land use. Here's the plat. This is Lot 1 with 35 acres. This is Lot 2 with the existing shed on it of 22.9. Here's the beacon map with the plat overlay. Here's Lot 1. This is Lot 2 with the existing building. This is just the beacon map showing the whole parcel with the floodplain areas. And there's just the map without the floodplain layer on it. That's all that I have, and the applicant is not here this evening.
Thank you, Richard. If the applicant is not here, then I'll move the public portion of the hearing. Is there anybody in the audience that is for this? Seeing and hearing none, is there anybody in the audience that is opposed to this? Seeing and hearing none, I'll close the public portion of the hearing. Is there any additional comments or questions from members of the board?
Just one thing, if you could scroll back to the top. Simple math isn't quite adding up with 35 and 22.9 to 30 or 53.7.
Okay, that would be an error on the, let's stay what's on the beacon map here. Beacon map is 53.75, and there is, the adding on there will not add up because that's the way it is in the equalization office, but it does add up on the plat, so they will correct that after the plat is filed and whatnot.
As long as it adds up, I just want to make sure that we've got it right.
Yep. No, I went down and caught that after you said that and double checked with the director of equalization, and they will update it to the correct acres.
Is there any other additional comments or questions from members of the board?
How does that work with that 22.9 acres and that shed on there that is not a residence now?
It was built in 2011, so it's been there 10 years. And
Does
if
it
the-
count as a residence though?
No, and right now it does not, until we have it noted in the building permit and in the inspection files that it does not meet code.
And how can you make it a residence when there's not 35 acres there?
Because we would, if they would have built it to code, it would have been, because at the time it was the 53 acres.
So now they can't make it into a residence no matter what because there's not 35 acres there?
Yes, now they can. If they would build it up to code or build a separate garage, we would allow them to use that as a residence there. Because it was noted in the building permit and on the inspections files that it does not meet fire code separation requirements. If they would have built it to fire code separation requirements at the time it was built, it would qualify as a residence because it has been there for over 10 years.
And what happens if somebody else wants to build a different house there? Can they do that?
Then they would have to either make this total shed. They cannot build another house separately on there. They would have to totally gut this one and make it just a storage room, storage building, or renovate this one to meet code.
Should that all be noted in there?
Yes, it's noted in our in my staff report, and it'll be noted on the plat.
All right.
Well, it's not noted on the plat, but it's noted in our office.
Is there any additional comments or questions from members of the board?
Yeah, Mr. Chair, just, can you clarify one more time? I know you were answering it for Mr. Klein, John. It didn't quite sink into me. So could someone build a house on lot 1 and lot 2? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Is
Lot-
that 22
lot-
acre lot buildable?
If they take that shed down or make it a storage unit and build a house on there, we would allow them to do that because that was built, has been there longer than 10 years.
Okay, and then the other lot can regardless because that's 35.
That's 35 acres,
Okay.
yes.
Okay, that follows that established building site rule, right?
Yep.
Okay,
And we went over this with the landowner about 14 times and made that, this is a determination we came with through in the office that if they would make it code compliant, it could be classified as a residence.
Are there any additional comments or questions from members of the board? Seeing none, Richard, would you call the vote?
Bartley.
Aye.
Paulson.
Aye.
Dietrich.
Aye.
Kleinjohn. Vanderwall.
Aye.
Gadsky.
Aye.
Erickson.
Aye.
Jensen.
Yes.
And Ford.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Moving on, agenda item 2023, plat 007, plat of lot 1 Peterson Addition in the southeast 1/4 of section 5, township 110 north, range 49W of the 5th primary region, Brookings County, South Dakota. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Vanderwall,
Second.
second by Paulson. Richard, would you read the staff report?
Yes, excuse me, 23, plat 007, James A. and Brenda Peterson and Eric and Miranda Peterson are platting off a 13.9 acre existing building site. The original building site owned by Eric and Miranda was described with a footage description, and James Peterson is platting off some of the rest of the existing shelter belt and farm ground west of the building site and both pieces are going to be added into the building site. The original building site was 4.87 acres. It will now be 13.9 acres and known as Lot 1. It does meet the comprehensive plan requirements for the agricultural land use. This is the plat. This is a proposed Lot 1. The blue lines is where the existing building site is that Miranda and Eric own. Jim is adding the rest of the trees around here in the farm ground to equal that 13.9 acres. Here's the building site itself outlined in yellow. And this is the balance of the quarter here. That's all that I have, and the applicant is not here this evening.
Thank you, Richard. Since the applicant is not here, I'll move to the public portion of the hearing. Is there anybody in the audience that is for this? Seeing and hearing none, is there anybody in the audience that is opposed to this? Seeing and hearing none, I'll now close the public portion of the hearing and move to the board for additional comments or questions. Seeing and hearing none, Richard, would you call the vote?
Paulson,
Aye.
Dietrich,
Aye.
Vanderwall,
Aye.
Klein John,
Aye.
Dietrich. Gatsky,
Aye.
Erickson,
Aye.
Jensen,
Yes.
and Ford.
Aye.
Whoop, excuse me, Bartley,
Aye.
and now Ford.
Aye.
Motion passes.
We got it. Agenda item 2023, Plat 009. Plat of lots 2C and 4C, Block 2, Sunset Point Addition, and government lots 3 and 4 of Section 22, Township 112 North, Range 47W, the 5th primary in Brookings County, South Dakota. Did I skip that one? Yeah, I did. Hey, we'll do this back again here. How about we go 2023 Plat 008, Plat of Lot 1, Block 2, Goodfellow Acres Addition, and Parcel 4 of the plat of Government Lot 1 and Government Lot 6, and in the west half of the northeast 1/4 of the west half of the east 1/2 of the northeast 1/4, all in Section 31, Township 112 North, Range 51W of the 5th primary meridian, Brookings County, South Dakota. Is there a motion? Motion by Jensen. Second by Bartley. Richard, would you read staff report?
Yes, 2023 Plat 008, Matt and Jody Fensky are platting off of 36.9 acres from the 135.8 acres they own. And they're building a house and other outbuildings on Lot 1, and it meets the acreage requirements to build a residence on and meets the comprehensive plan requirements. This is the proposed Lot 1. Driveway coming in. This is Lot 1 where their house and other buildings will be. This is the plat on the beacon overlay. This is the beacon map showing the whole parcel. This is the whole parcel that they own, contains 135 acres. They have the driveway coming in, and off over here is where their building site is. That's all that I have, and the applicant is not here this evening.
Since the applicant is not here, I'll move to the public portion of the hearing. Is there anybody in the audience that is for this? Seeing and hearing none, is there anybody in the audience that is opposed to this? Seeing and hearing none, I'll now close the public portion of the hearing. Is there any additional comments or questions from members of the board? Seeing and hearing none, Richard, would you call the vote?
Dietrich,
Aye.
Klein John,
Aye.
Vanderwall, Gatsky,
Aye.
Erickson,
Aye.
Jensen,
Yes.
Bartley,
Aye.
Paulson,
Aye.
and Ford.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Try this one again here now. Agenda item 2023, Plat 009, Plat of lots 2C and 4C, Block 2, Sunset Point Addition, and government lots 3 and 4 of Section 22, Township 112 North, Range 47W of the 5th prime meridian, Brookings County, South Dakota. Is there a motion? Motion by Paulson, second by Klein John. Richard, would you read staff report?
2023 plat 009, Aaron Dale is purchasing additional land from the adjoining landowner, Blair Masonry, who owns lot 2B and 3B. The 3 lots were resurveyed to reflect the change in the property lines that will be known as lots 2C and 4C. Lot 2C and 4C exceed the maximum 20,000 square feet required for the Lake Park District, and the property is a property line adjustment for the 3 lots into 2 lots, and it meets the comprehensive plan for the Lake Park area. If it looks familiar, last fall they just replatted a few footage descriptions on here into the 3 lots, but now they decided to split the lots, so we have 2C and 4C. The blue lines are where the original lot lines were, and the red line is what the new lots will be, size of those. The beacon map showing the 3 lots. That's all that I have, and the applicant is not here this evening.
Since the applicant is not here, I'll move to the public portion of the hearing. Is there anybody in the audience that is for this? Seeing and hearing none, is there anybody in the audience that is opposed to this? Seeing and hearing none, I'll now close the public portion of the hearing. Is there any additional comments or questions from members of the board? Seeing and hearing none, Richard, would you call the vote?
Klein John.
Aye.
Vanderwall.
Aye.
Gatsky.
Aye.
Erickson.
Aye.
Jensen.
Yes.
Bartley.
Aye.
Paulson.
Aye.
Dietrich.
Aye.
And Ford.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Moving on, agenda item number 9, department reports.
Yes, the biggest thing we've got is next month we'll have the ordinance update that we was scheduled to have today. We had because it's leap year, we had a miscalculation in the days, so next year we'll get next month we'll get that published correctly and get that to the agenda. We're just about done with our ordinance review at our level and the subcommittee level. We got some fine tuning with Mr. Luke working on that, and then we'll get that to the whole board and get that process through. We had a floodplain meeting today, or flood map meeting today, and it's still a process. It's going to take time. Next month, we may show you the PowerPoint from that. Depends on what else is on the schedule. But it looks like it's still going to end up being 18 months to 2 years before we get our new floodplain maps in place. And it looks like the weather is not going to change much. It might look 2 weeks, might be the lowest, or within 10 days at least is the lowest it's going to go. So it's going to continue hot. Any rain that we get, from what I can tell, is just hit and miss. So just be safe out there. If you do start fires, make sure you call and let the proper fire authorities know you're doing a controlled burn, and just in case it gets out of control and you need them to come help you. And other than that, have a great month. Richard, you got anything additional?
Just that next month's meeting will be on Tuesday, July 11th. Deadlines and everything stay the same, just that the meeting will be a week later in the month. So, and as of right now, we got a fairly busy agenda to see how the next week goes. So that's all that I have.
Is there any need for an executive session?
No, sir.
Seeing none, is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Motion by Dietrich, second.
Yeah.
All in favor?
Aye.
Meeting adjourned.